Hey guys, welcome back. If you really want to upgrade your dash camera or you want to get a good, reliable dash camera in 2026, then this is the perfect option for you. Redtiger just launched their all-new Redtiger F7NA. This is like 100% real native 4K shooting. And then this is here's, for example, native 4K shooting. You have the Sony Starvis 2 sensor in a really good price point, as Redtiger is just launching their 6th anniversary sale. So you can actually pick this up for $118 if you use the code and the link down below, which is just a steal. And then just like all of their other products, the unboxing experience is wonderful. So the box comes right out. You just have a quick diagram of all of the switches, controls, and let's start with this. So this, you actually have the owner's manual, extra adhesive pads in here. And overall, is just the packaging is high quality. So of course, this camera has the suction cup, but they've actually also provided some adhesive pads. If over time the suction pad doesn't work out, or in your vehicle it just doesn't work out, then this is a really good alternative. And then here is the all new camera system itself. So once again, the Sony Starvis 2 sensor up front. This is kind of just the flagship at this point. You have the IMX67A for this one. And then overall, the camera design is actually really high quality. Just how they have it in other high-end models like the F17 Elite, the View Clear 70, which I've actually reviewed both of those. If you're interested, go check that out. And then right over here is your suction mount. So all you do is come over here, remove this protective film over here, put it on the windshield, clean it first, and then just do this. That's it, and it will actually make the suction for you, which is really great. And the other thing I like is how we can actually adjust all of this, the angle, and then also the angle up and down, and then also side to side, which is really great because if you are kind of like a beginner, not expert in like 100% aligning these cameras, then this works really well. And this just attaches like this on the top, and you will hear a click, and it means you're good to go. There you go. So this is the camera itself. And if I remove this over here, this, as you can see, has the 1080p rear camera and then also the cable clips. And the overall, the performance that we're getting from this camera is actually really well for this price point. So as I did mention before, if you actually purchase it right now during their 6th anniversary sale, this one is actually on sale for like $137. And then if you look at the competition for like $137, you won't be getting a dash camera that like actually has a full native 4K sensor like this one. And then the overall the difference is actually really big compared to those cameras that like don't have native 4K, because with like native 4K we can actually zoom in without losing resolution on the image. So basically, if I'm like zooming into a number place, I'll like still have like a really clear footage and like readable even when I zoom in. And then once we compare this to those dash cameras that like don't have native 4K, they will like actually get like blurry really fast once you zoom in. So right over here, as you see, I just like zoomed in on the number plate. I was easily able to read it, even though the vehicle was like around 15 feet ahead of me. And then the only thing which I kind of don't like about this camera is the rear facing camera. I mean, it's like still pretty good HD. Of course, it's not 4K, but like for this price point, it's still really good. But like for me, it's just like really dim compared to the front facing camera. I'm not sure if it's because of the HDR or like something like that, which I think would easily be fixed by Redtiger in the future. And the biggest factor is actually the Sony Starvis 2 sensor, the IMX67A. It is probably one of the best dash camera sensors out there that you can buy in 2026. Thanks to that, we actually get really good low light performance thanks to enhanced night vision. Also, the ADAS works really well. Those safety features, we have the front collision warning, also lane keep assist. If your like vehicle is getting out of lane, it will like immediately give you a notification. is like just as accurate on how we have factory lane keep assist in your vehicle. The front collision the front collision alert is also really accurate. And then in my testing, the other thing I did notice was that unlike other cameras with ADAS, this one doesn't really require calibration. You just put it on and it somehow still works really well, because I've like tested out other dash cameras that actually require calibration of the ADAS to actually work in that vehicle, because of course if you do like mount it differently it may affect it, but in this one it just like works really well. That thing aside, and then also the voice commands do come in really handy. Let's say you just like lock that footage, I can just say lock footage, or like lock the footage, take a picture, it will take a picture. That thing is really handy if you're on the road and you just want to capture something real quick. That thing works really well. And the other thing that I like really like is the suction cup mount, because it means that I can just take it out, put it in any other vehicle I have to, without actually just like putting a new double-sided 3M tape how we have it in other cameras. It may like not look as fresh that like a professional when it's mounted, but I can just take it off, put it on any vehicle whenever I want to. Now here you go, I have it powered on. We do have this 3-inch touchscreen display, which is really smooth and really easy to use. And then here in the settings, we have all the options, 4K, all of our resolutions options here. I will always recommend put this in 4K to actually get the true value of this camera. Our G sensor, fatigue, Wi-Fi, your screensaver, GPS, parking mode. So with parking mode, this is where the hardware kit comes into place. So if you do have the parking mode installed, it will actually go into kind of just like in a time-lapse recording when the vehicle is turned off, which is really great. I want to be installing this in today's installation, because I already did a full installation before on the Redtiger F7NA how to install the hardware kit. So I would just recommend go check that out. And then here is the driver assistance. So this is like really good, because in this we actually have lane departure, forward collision, and then also stop and go. So which is really great that you do have all of this into in a package which is only $118, a really good price point. And this is all this, and I can also use these controls over here on the bottom too to go back, and which is really great. And then here I can just turn off the display and just make it into time screen if I want to. I can lock the screen, I can press over here and go back to my playback. So I'm gonna also show you the app, which is really great. So it's called the Redtiger app. So this is the Redtiger app, which I'm opening up right now. And in order to pair it with the app, come over here, press on settings, and then go all the way to the top and press on Wi-Fi. So hold on, let's go back. And there you go, we're gonna press on Wi-Fi and press on 5.8 gigahertz. The thing about 5.8 is the transfer speeds is just crazy. So the transfer speeds are really good with this. Come over here, press on connect. You can just put any car you want to. So let's just put Dodge in here, and you can just do any year. And so while our Wi-Fi is on, now you're gonna connect to the Wi-Fi. So go over here to Wi-Fi, scroll down, and now you should see the Redtiger F7NA pop up. Once you see that, press connect, and then use the password, which is showing you on the screen. So since this is like the first time we're doing this, it will take a little while, but after that, once you have that done, it will just automatically connect. So here you go. Now we're gonna add the password, which is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and connect. So there you go, Wi-Fi connected. It pops up over here. Now let's go back to the app, and now it's gonna scroll down, and there you go, it's connected here. So here, once I get in, it's gonna start showing me the preview here. So there you go, it's showing me the preview. I can press mirror, snapshot, everything. So like this, and I can also access all these settings. So which is really good. I mean, especially if you just like don't want to mess around with the screen, which itself is really good, I can come over here, change all of the settings, and then even change the Wi-Fi password. And if I press over here, this is the preview. So like this is all of the footage that I just recorded. So I can press over here and it's gonna bring up the footage on the top over here. There you go. And I'm just gonna show you the transfer speeds, how good that is. So let's select all of it. So once again, this is 4K footage that we're about to transfer and combine this around 2 minutes. So let's press download and look how fast it's going. In my experience of testing out dash cameras, I've like tested out a few. Redtiger always has the fastest transfer speeds, which is just great, and it's all thanks to the 5.8 gigahertz system that they have going on. So once again, this is just really good. And once again, I'm not speeding this up or anything. It just like genuinely, goes this fast during transfer speed. And there you go, we're all done. It's that simple. Okay guys, so we're going to be installing this dash camera in this Chrysler 200. And then first of all, before you guys actually find the location where you want to do it, I will highly recommend plug this in first and then just make sure where you're like getting the perfect view. In my opinion, it's better to hook it up right around here, but since I actually have a mount for another dash camera, which I was in the process of also testing it out, so I didn't want to change that. So instead, I'm gonna put it right over here, right over there, and I'm getting a pretty good view in this section. So what we're gonna do is make sure it's straight. You're gonna start by adding your hydrostatic pad right on the windshield. That way it stays clean and it's easier to remove. But on this one, since we just has a suction cup, it like really isn't that important. But I will still recommend use the hydrostatic pads whenever you are installing this dash cam. There you go. I installed it up right over here, and then once it just simply push this onto the windshield and then just spin this knob to the lock position. That way it like makes that suction in there, and I'm good to go. And now I can just make sure it's all straight, and then of course, as I did mention before, you can adjust this like this, up, side to side. So this is really great. And when you're at a position that you like, I would just recommend come over here and just tighten this little knob on the side over here. That way it wouldn't wiggle around and move around. So it looks pretty good to me at this location. I'm just going to tighten the top one, and then do the rear camera installation. So as I did mention before, this is not 100% in-depth installation. I'm just doing this and just showing you the footage, how it performs. So if you do want to know how to actually install the harness, so you like actually can't see the harness like how I have it here for the other dash camera, I will actually leave the link down below for the Redtiger VC70 dash camera, which I actually like hardwired it. So go ahead, I like 100% recommend check that out, so you will actually know how to install the hardware kit and how to actually properly wire the harness to the rear camera and and then also to the front camera. So once again, now let's get started with the rear camera. Okay guys, so right now I'm in the back seat to install the rear camera. Same thing. What you want to do is just find a location where you're getting really nice clear footage from the back. And then of course, with the most rear windshields, they all come with a defrost, so that may kind of spoil your imaging. In my testing with the various other dash cameras, they do drastically do change how the camera is viewed as, so how the footage is. But in this case, we do have a small opening, so I'm gonna try my very best to make the camera as good as possible. That way I will like recommend at the same time open your app and just like look at the live footage if the footage is coming out great. There you go, all done with the rear camera installation. The link will be down below in the description, so please go check it out. And then if you guys did find this video interesting, please do like, subscribe, and share.